Welcome to the Brain Alpha. What if I told you that the biggest thing separating the ultra wealthy from, well, everyone else isn't really their bank account? It's their mindset. Today, we're diving into the 10 rules they live by, and it's a completely different kind of common sense that really fuels their success. And this is a powerful idea because it basically flips conventional wisdom completely on its head. The common sense that guides most of us, it's often the very thing holding us back from building real wealth. The ultra-successful, they're playing by a totally different set of rules, and today, we're going to learn them. So where's this stuff coming from? Well, these rules are from Iman Gadzhi. He's a self-made entrepreneur who basically documented his entire journey, building a massive fortune and sharing his exact playbook along the way. And get this, by the time he was 24, his net worth had blown past $50 million. So what we're about to cover, it isn't just theory. This is the practical, real-world operating system used by the top 0.001%. Okay, we're going to count them down, from 10 all the way to 1. This first block of rules is all about the foundation, how you structure your personal world to make success almost inevitable. Let's get right into it. All right, starting with rule number 10. The person you choose as your partner will either be a force multiplier for your success or a deadweight anchor. The ultra-successful are incredibly deliberate about this. They look way past superficial traits and pick a partner whose values actually align with their vision. Someone who brings stability and support, not chaos and distraction. Seriously, your choice here will either launch you like a rocket or stop you dead in your tracks. Rule number 9 is a complete game changer. Convert your cash into assets. See, the goal isn't a high income, it's a high net worth. A big paycheck is what you earn, and guess what? It gets taxed like crazy. But net worth is what you own. Things like stocks, real estate, a business, assets that grow in value and make money for you while you're sleeping. And this slide right here shows you exactly why this is so critical. In the US, a high salary can get taxed up to 37%. But income from assets you've held for a while, that gets taxed at a much, much lower capital gains rate, sometimes as low as 15 or 20%. This is the engine of compounding wealth. It's how you keep more of your money working for you. Coming in at rule number 8 is mastering your morning. Now hold on, this isn't about some punishing 4 a.m. wake-up call. The point isn't what time you get up, it's how you use that first golden window of the day. The first 2 hours after you wake up, that's when your brain is at its absolute peak performance. The successful have a deliberate, non-negotiable routine, like getting sunlight, moving their body, and then immediately, and I mean immediately, tackling their single most important task. They win the day before most people have even had their first cup of coffee. Rule number 7 is a core belief, taking 100% responsibility. So when something goes wrong, the successful person's first thought is, okay, what was my role in this? And how do I fix it? This mindset of total ownership is what allows you to improve. Blaming anything external, the economy, your boss, bad luck, it's just a mental trap. It makes you powerless, and it pretty much guarantees you stay stuck right where you are. Okay, so we've built the foundation. Now let's move on to the next set of rules. This is all about strategy. It's how the wealthy actively play the game to build their fortune from the ground up. Rule number 6 is this really fascinating dual approach. Learn from old money, but earn like new money. What that means is you soak up all the timeless, proven principles of wealth preservation from old money, the established fortunes. But to actually build your wealth in the first place, you act like new money. You take those unconventional paths and use modern tools like social media and new tech that just didn't exist a generation ago. Now for number 5, follow the correct sequence. This is such a common mistake. People look at the person at the very top of their field and try to copy their strategy. But that person has years of credibility, a ton of resources, and connections that you just don't have yet. The key is to find the person who is just one single step ahead of you and emulate them. You have to master the game at your current level before you can even think about playing at the next one. It's all step by step. Okay, rule number 4, winners keep winning. So let me ask you a question. When you get a bonus or you close a big deal, what's your first instinct? For most of us, it's to celebrate, maybe splurge a little. But for the wealthy, a victory isn't the finish line. It's fuel for the next one. They don't see a commission as money for a vacation. They see it as capital to reinvest to secure the next, even bigger win. And that grand strategy, it's actually built on tiny daily practices. You see, a winner identity isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's forged by stacking small, non-negotiable wins. Every time you make your bed, finish your workout, or simply keep a small promise to yourself, you are casting a vote for the identity of someone who does what they say they're going to do. You're literally building the identity of a winner. All right, we've arrived at the top 3. And these aren't just rules anymore. These are the core beliefs. This is the internal software that drives every single decision. It's time to install a new operating system. Rule number 3 might surprise you. Success is boring. Yeah, you heard me. We have this image of wealth coming from these flashy, innovative, world-changing ideas, but Gadzhi points out that the biggest fortunes, they're often made in the most unsexy industries you can imagine. B2B software, logistics, industrial cleaning supplies. They find an inefficient, boring problem and just solve it a little bit better than anyone else. That's where the real money is hiding. Rule number 2 draws this critical line in the sand. It's discipline over motivation. See, motivation is just an emotion. It's a temporary high. It feels great when it's there, but it is completely unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system. It's the commitment to show up and do the work no matter how you feel. It's about setting a baseline so low that you can hit it even on your absolute worst day. That way you never break the chain. And that's what makes you unstoppable. And now we're at the number 1 rule. And it all starts with a question that goes against everything we're taught. Should you even listen to your customers? The answer is brilliantly illustrated by what you could call the McDonald's paradox. Years ago, after doing all these surveys, customers said they wanted healthier options. So McDonald's launched the Salad Mac, and it was a complete and total failure. Why? Because what people say they want and what they actually do are 2 very different things. Later on, McDonald's ignored all the calls for health food and released the Samurai Mac, this massive high-calorie burger, and it was a smash hit. They gave people what they secretly craved, not what they claimed to want. And that brings us to the crucial point of rule number 1. You have to ruthlessly filter all advice. The opinions of the masses, your friends, even your family. They're based on their reality, not the one you're trying to build. Their advice is pretty much useless for achieving something they've never done themselves. You only listen to the people who already have the results you want, period. So there you have it, 10 rules that when you put them all together, they aren't just a list of tips. They represent a completely different way of seeing the world. This is a brand new operating system for your mind. The core shift is this: stop chasing what looks exciting and start solving what's actually valuable. Stop waiting to feel motivated and start building a system of discipline. And please, stop listening to everybody and start listening only to those who have actually been where you want to go. This mindset, it's like a new passport. It gives you access to a world that most people don't even know exists. So as we finish up, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Whose common sense is building your life? The one you were given or the one you're choosing to build? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and help us build the hype. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.